Animated movies have been the most exciting part of a child's life, from Hotel Transylvania to The Amazing Maurice. We are going to see them all quite soon. These movies are animated, drawn, edited, and published for the outside world to see. Here are the most anticipated animated films releasing in 2022 and 2023. First up, Transformania, Hotel Transylvania. This is a classic that both kids and adults enjoy. Drac and his fellow monsters are all changed into humans when Van Helsing's enigmatic monstrification ray malfunctions, while Johnny turns into a monster. Drac, who has had his powers taken away, and an ebullient Johnny, who is embracing life as a monster, must work together and dash across the globe to discover a cure before it's too late, and before they drive each other insane in their new mismatched bodies. With assistance from Mavis and the delightfully human Drac Pack, the race is on to discover a way to swap themselves back before their changes become permanent. Next up, Batman, The Doom That Came to Gotham. The Doom That Came to Gotham, based on a 3-part miniseries from DC Comics, released in 2000, explores gothic and Lovecraftian horror themes. Characters are positioned in different universes and time frames in this installment of the popular DC Elseworld series. Classics like Batman Gotham by Gaslight, Superman Red Sun, and Batman Marvel crossover team-ups featuring Daredevil and Spider-Man were all products of Elseworlds. So, essentially, we're getting a Batman horror movie. Count us in. Although the specifics of the movie have not yet been revealed, the atmosphere and themes are ideal for an animated Batman story that is moody and dark. The movie is scheduled to be released in 2023. Next up, Batman and Superman, Battle of the Super Sons. More Robins have been devoured by Batman than most people have automobiles. Damian Wayne, Bruce Wayne's son and a hothead educated by the League of Assassins with whom Batman frequently spars, is the most recent mainstream boy wonder. Thanks to Stuart Allen's amazing voice work in the Batman animated flicks during the Jason O'Mara period, we have seen a lot of Damian. In Batman and Superman, Battle of the Super Sons, Jonathan Kent, the son of Superman, and Damian, portrayed by Jack Griffo, are slated to make a comeback. Troy Baker as Batman, Travis Willingham as Superman, and Darren DePaul as Starro round out the cast. Lois Lane, Lex Luthor, and others are expected to make an appearance. Matt Peters is the film's director, working from a script by Sam Register and Jeremy Adams. The Battle of the Super Sons would come out on October 18, 2022. Next up, Catwoman, Hunted. An expensive emerald is about to be stolen by Catwoman. She must contend with Batwoman, Interpol, and a violent criminal organization in order to accomplish this, though. At its DC fandom event, DC finally revealed the Catwoman Hunted release date after months of merely giving it a hazy early 2022 date. The new animated movie is scheduled to debut on February 8, 2022, and the upcoming animated film Catwoman Hunted, which will air on HBO Max on May 10, 2022. Catwoman appears to be engaging in some hilarious combat with anyone who attempts to stop her from robbing the valuable jewels. But it's Catwoman, one of the evilest people to ever exist. Next up, Puss in Boots, The Last Wish movie. Antonio Banderas makes a welcome return as the voice of the PIB as he sets off on an epic adventure through the Black Forest in search of the legendary wishing star in order to redeem his lost lives. Puss will have to beg for help from his former companion and adversary, the alluring Kitty Softpaws, as he only has one life left. Against their better judgment, Puss and Kitty will receive assistance from Perro, a scruffy, chatty, and incessantly happy canine. Our trio of heroes will have to work together to outwit the Three Bears crime family at all times. The Last Wish will be released on December 21, 2022. Next off, The Legion of Superheroes. The Legion of Superheroes is an animated television series that aired over 2 seasons from 2006 to 2008 and was centered on a group of young heroes transported from the 31st century. Despite its brief run, the show earned positive reviews, leading DC to revive the idea of The Legion of Superheroes, a brand new animated film. Currently, not much is known about the movie. Gary Moreno from Warner Bros. Stated as much at San Diego Comic-Con. We know that it will be released in 2023 among the wave of DC animated movies. The series' focus will probably be on Superman, based on the logo displayed at SDCC, as it incorporates the character's distinctive S-mark. Next up, The Ice Age Adventures of Buck Wild. The Disney Plus debut of the American computer animated adventure comedy The Ice Age Adventures of Buck Wild is set for January 28, 2022. The Ice Age franchise spin-off, which centers on Buck, will star Simon Pegg in the lead role. The adventure-seeking Possum brothers, Crash and Eddie, set out to find a haven of their own, desperate for some time apart from their older sister Ellie, but soon discover themselves stranded in a vast underground cave. The one-eyed, thrill-seeking dinosaur-hunting weasel Buck Wild saves them. They set off on a journey to rid the lost world of the dominance of dinosaurs. As an outcome, on Friday, January 28 at 3 a.m. Eastern Time, Ice Age: The Adventures of Buck Wild will be available on Disney+. Next off, The Bad Guys. The Bad Guys is a 2022 American computer animated heist comedy film that was created by DreamWorks Animation Studios and released by Universal Pictures. It is largely based on the Aaron Blabey children's book series of the same name. Famous thieves Mr. Wolf, Mr. Snake, Mr. Piranha, Mr. Shark, and Mrs. Tarantula are finally caught after a lifetime of famous thefts. The animal outlaws must pull off their most difficult con yet and turn into model citizens to avoid serving a prison term. The suspect group sets out to deceive the public into believing that they are changing for the better under the guidance of their mentor, Professor Marmalade. The movie was written by Ethan Coen and directed by Pierre Perifel. Next up, Justice League Warworld. A new iteration of the renowned team will follow the Justice League animated run, which began with the Flashpoint Paradox and concluded with the aforementioned Apocalypse War. In Justice League Warworld, which will be released in 2023, the new league will face off against their first common foe. The main characters have already made their debuts in animated solo films, starting with Batman and ending with Martian Manhunter. The Justice League and the villainous leader squared off in the game title, Warworld, over his seizure of the enormous satellite known as Warworld. The battle between the two factions was brought on by the fact that this craft was armed enough to attract the League's attention. Apart from its release in 2023, there isn't much information available about the Tomorrowverse installment. We just have to hope that it is released as soon as possible. Next up, RWBY Justice League. Creative collaborations and crossovers are nothing new for DC. To bring us anything from Marvel vs. DC to Batman vs. Predator 1 through 3, they have teamed up with Marvel, Predator, and other publishers. In Batman vs. Alien, Batman even faced off against the Xenomorphs. Not to mention the occasion when the Dark Knight on the page caved in Judge Dredd's face. We're about to see an animated feature starring the RWBY and Justice League in the vein of parallel universes. The RWBY Teenage Huntress trainees have previously encountered the League in comic form, and in 2023, the Alliance will be made available for streaming. The writing team for the movie will include Eddie Rivas, Miles Luna, and Kerry Shawcross, who directed the popular online series RWBY. Next up, Disney Wish. The movie is about Asha, a 17-year-old with a quick wit, optimism, and a deep concern for her community. Asha desperately cries out to the stars as a cosmic force, a tiny ball of limitless energy, also known as a star, responds to her cry. Together, they take on the most fearsome of adversaries in an effort to save their town and demonstrate the miraculous things that may occur when the courage of one brave person joins forces with the enchantment of the stars. A look at the Wish production team and behind-the-scenes staff. Chris Buck, the film's director, previously helmed Frozen 2 and Frozen Forever. Jennifer Lee, the author of the movie, previously authored Frozen 2 and A Wrinkle in Time, which will be released in 2023 on November 1st. Next up, The Amazing Maurice movie. Toby Ginkel and Florian Westerman are co-directing the upcoming 3D computer-animated fantasy comedy movie, The Amazing Maurice, which will be distributed by Sky Cinema. The street-smart ginger cat Maurice devises a money-making scheme after becoming friends with a group of self-taught talking rats. When Militia, a bookworm, meets Maurice and the rodents in the devastated village of Bad Blintz, their little ruse quickly fails. On December 9, 2022, the movie is predicted to sweep the internet by storm. Hugh Laurie, Emilia Clarke, David Thewlis, Hamish Patel, Gemma Arterton, and Hugh Bonneville star in the adaptation of Terry Pratchett's The Amazing Maurice and His Educated Rodents from 2001. Hopefully we get to see many more animated movies coming our way soon, especially the ones that bring back some hidden memories. Which animated movie is your favorite out of all of these? What other movies do you expect to see in the near future? Make sure to let us know your thoughts down below. Thanks for watching.